The moment you stop chasing a woman, a shift occurs. One she never anticipated. You're not just walking away from her. You're removing the fuel that kept her ego burning. The second you stop feeding her attention, validation, and energy, she faces something she spent her entire life avoiding: powerlessness. Have you ever seen a woman's entire demeanor change when a man stops caring? One day, she's acting indifferent, treating you as an option. The next, she's suddenly watching your stories, texting out of the blue, and finding ridiculous excuses to start a conversation. And you think, wait, the same woman who ignored me now misses me? No, she doesn't miss you. She misses the energy you gave her, the validation, the chase, the feeling of being wanted. This is what happens when a man understands his true worth. And this is why walking away is the ultimate power move. But before we dive into this brutal reality, I need you to do something. If you're ready to hear the cold, hard truth, comment below, "I am the prize." Say it, type it, own it. And if you want this message to reach more men trapped in the cycle, hit that subscribe button. Because together, we're breaking the illusion, the shock and denial. Women don't need physical strength to influence men. They don't use force. Instead, they rely on psychology, manipulation, and power dynamics to maintain control. And most men fall for it. She doesn't need to love you to keep you hooked. She doesn't even need to care. All she needs is to make sure you keep wanting her. She gives you just enough attention to keep you interested, just enough affection to make you feel special, just enough validation to make you chase. But the moment you try to claim her fully, she pulls away. Because the second you feel secure, comfortable, or in control, she loses her power. So she starts withdrawing. She takes longer to respond. She cancels plans last minute. She suddenly becomes busy. And what does the average man do? He tries harder, texting more, calling more, putting in more effort. The more you chase, the more control she has over you. But when a man finally wakes up, when he stops playing along, everything shifts. He stops texting first, stops calling, stops proving his worth. He walks away. And at first, she pretends not to care, acts like she hasn't noticed. But inside, she's in full-blown panic mode. She tells herself, no, this isn't real. He's just playing a game. He'll be back. Because in her experience, men always come back. She's seen it before. She's tested this before. Most men break within days. But this time, something is different. She starts testing the waters, likes a post, sends a random hey text, watches your stories. She's making the biggest mistake possible, waiting for your reaction, checking her phone, looking for a notification, hoping you'll respond. At first, she convinces herself he's just playing games. He'll get bored and come back. But as the days pass and you still haven't reached out, something in her mind breaks. She doesn't want to admit the truth, but deep down, she's facing something foreign and terrifying: rejection. Men deal with rejection all the time. We get ghosted, ignored, curved. It's just part of life. But women, since she was young, she's had options: attention, validation, a constant stream of men pursuing her. For the first time, a man she thought she controlled has truly walked away. And that forces her to confront a question she never wanted to ask. Maybe I wasn't as special as I thought. Suddenly, she spends more time in the mirror, spends longer doing her makeup, scrolls through your page, wondering if you've moved on, because her entire identity is tied to feeling desirable, valuable, wanted. And when a man who once wanted her stops, caring, it forces her to confront a truth she was never prepared for. And that's when she feels something completely new, something she never thought she'd feel for you. She starts checking who's liking your posts, looking at the comments under your pictures, stalking your followers, because now she's the one chasing. She'll act like she doesn't care, play it cool, but inside, she's losing it. And this is why women always come back, because they cannot handle the idea of a man who moves on and never looks back. And the deeper this pain cuts, the more desperate she becomes. Which brings us to the final phase. Phase 3, rationalization and rebound. At this stage, her emotions are completely out of control. She's gone through shock, denial, panic, and self-doubt. Here's your rewritten script with entirely different wording, but the same core message. She spent countless nights staring at her screen, scrolling through your social media, searching for a sign that you still care. She wanted proof that you'd come back. But now, she's entered the most dangerous phase, justification. Her mind twists the truth to shield her from reality. She lost control of a man who was never supposed to walk away. He was meant to chase her, to plead for another chance, to suffer in her absence. But instead, you did the unthinkable. You moved on. You stopped watching her stories, stopped texting, stopped caring. And now, to protect her ego, she rewrites history. She convinces herself that she never truly wanted you, that you were too clingy, too eager, too weak. She tells her friends that you weren't her type, that she lost interest first. She spins the story to make it seem like she won. But deep down, she knows the truth. She let go of a man who refused to be controlled, and that realization eats away at her. Instead of facing her mistakes, she takes the easy way out, finding a replacement. She latches onto the first man who will worship her, not because she wants him, but because she needs a distraction. He's not there for love. He's a temporary fix, a way to silence the thoughts that haunt her at night. And so, she puts on a show, posting pictures, smiling, pretending life is perfect, not for herself, but for you. She wants you to see it, to feel something, to react. But what she doesn't understand is that the only person she's fooling is herself. At first, it seems like she's winning, but then the cracks start to show. She begins to see the truth about this new man. He was too easy, too available. He didn't make her work for his attention. And women never respect men they can control. Boredom sets in. She starts pulling away. She seeks excitement elsewhere, whether through other men or reckless decisions. And before this new guy realizes it, she's already checked out. And that's when she starts thinking about you. Because now, she understands what she lost. She traded strength for convenience, challenge for predictability, a man with standards for a man who would settle. And that is a mistake she will regret forever. This is why they always come back. Not out of love, not out of genuine loss, but because they thought they could do better, until they realized they had it best with you. But by the time that regret sinks in, it's too late. You're gone. You've evolved. And now, you are the one out of reach. Most men never learn this. They chase, they beg, they try to prove their worth. And that's why they lose. But the ones who understand the game, the men who walk away without hesitation, become the only ones women truly respect. Because here's the truth. Women do not value men they can control. They admire the ones who refuse to be controlled. Once you grasp this, you will never chase again, never plead, never waste your energy proving yourself. If you made it this far, comment below, I am untouchable. And if you believe other men need to hear this, hit the subscribe button now. YouTube will push this message to those who are still trapped in the cycle. Let's wake them up before it's too late. Be the man who walks away. Be the man in control of his life. Be the man who fears nothing, not even losing her.